the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And hello again. We have an exhilarated home crowd joining us for our halftime report. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaq. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. They did give up a couple baskets more than they wanted to, and at the end of the period, were trailing by 5 points. With an excellent team performance in the second quarter, they were able to push ahead, scoring easily and defending with a lot more intensity, pushing out to a 10-point lead here at the half. What'd you think, Shaq, about Cleveland?
Well, they've been playing with some toughness. And it's led to a nice lead for them, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding numbers. And now they need to stay mean, Ernie. Cannot lose that edge in the second half.
Kenny, what'd you think about Miami?
Well, obviously, they were outshot. I thought they mailed it in too many times in terms of their effort. People weren't moving, they weren't screening, and they definitely weren't hustling. They need to hit the ground running to be competitive in the second half, or they could get blown out.
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We'll see you later.
Points at the end of the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Pushed them to add more talent.
And a chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.
Plain and simple, his scoring is what made him our pick tonight. Even when the D's giving him all their attention, they just have not been able to contain him. If they backed off him for 1 second, he made them pay.
They'd lost 2 straight coming into this one, and he knew he needed to put his foot down. He's shown leadership tonight, getting them back on the winning track. So much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exciting first half indeed. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny, the Jet, Smith, and Shaq, the Eel, O'Neal. Denzel Valentine has been the story in this one. He had 12 points and 4 rebounds. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
I love the motion on offense. Guys are moving, the ball is moving. It's a very nice approach to the game, and one the defense absolutely could not keep up with.
Shaq, what'd you think about Phoenix?
Well, they remind me of Arizona. They were flat defensively. They didn't collapse at the end. They allowed over 50% shooting. I expect them to come out much more aggressive in the second half and try to take the lead early on.
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We'll see you later.
They're up by 3. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.
To end the quarter.
That's just really good clock management there. I mean, that's how you close a quarter.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Wizards lead by 2. And we'll get it going at
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exciting first half indeed. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny, the Jet, Smith, and Shaq, the Eel, O'Neal. The first half was all about Karl Anthony Towns. He ended up with 17 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 blocks. In their previous game, he had a performance he said he wanted to put behind him quickly, and so far he's doing just that with the nice first half he had here. And Shaq, what do you think about what we saw from Minnesota?
What impressed me the most was the effort they put into the offensive glass. The second chance points really added up for them. Fighting through box outs, battling for position, they owned the offensive boards.
Kenny, what's your take on Washington so far?
Well, their reserves showed up tonight, not just on hustle plays, but in points. And that's what you got to do coming off the bench to maximize your minutes.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
Oh, it's Minnesota heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. So long. Be right back.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Some big-time action already in this one. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. They saw their lead grow to a high-water mark of 5 in the period. There were a lot of positives for them to take away from the second quarter, where they came from behind to take a 4-point lead at the half. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
Well, first and foremost, you got to take care of the basketball, and that means playing with poise, making good decisions, and not giving away any possessions. They did a great job of that in the first half.
Shaq, what's your take on Sacramento?
What impressed me the most was the effort they put into the offensive glass. The second chance points really added up for them. Fighting through box outs, battling for position, they owned the offensive boards.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
Points in a hurry. Bucks lead by 3. Live from Golden One Center, you're watching 2K Sports.
Basketball is the #1 priority right now in that huddle. They've got to tighten it up.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Thon Maker.
And guys, it's been a rugged brand of defense he's played. I don't know why they keep taking the ball at him. It seems like every time they have, he's come up with the rejection. And with every block, he's only gotten more and more fired up.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time. Utah out in front, up by 3. Live from Vivint Smart Home Arena, you're watching 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith. That's Shaquille O'Neal. Thanks for joining us. And, boy, a pumped-up home crowd is behind us right now. Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. Their play in the second quarter was inspired as they turned what had been a tight contest into a 10-point ball game by the time we reached halftime. And Shaq, what did you think about what we saw from Utah?
Well, Kenny should appreciate this. I love the ball movement. They were in sync as a unit, and their assist numbers were impressive. Anytime you get 5 players working together like that instead of one guy doing it alone, it's always going to be a boost. That's the primary reason they're in control of the game.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Denver?
Well, obviously, they were outshot. I thought they mailed it in too many times in terms of their effort. People weren't moving, they weren't screening, and they definitely weren't hustling. They need to hit the ground running to be competitive in the second half, or they could get blown out.
That's it for halftime. Glad you could join us, as now we send you back to the action for the start of the third quarter.
Finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. Their defense has been active and effective. We'll return shortly. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.